what's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Brian Meert, CEO of Advertisement, and today we're going to be answering some of your questions about Facebook, and we're going to be discussing some of the latest things that have happened this week. So if you're watching this right now, raise your hand if you love Facebook ads. I know this guy does. Thank you so much. Kind of some housekeeping rules. If you have any questions about Facebook advertising or anything in general, go ahead and throw it in the comments below. I love seeing those little hearts and emojis and likes going across. So if you enjoy or you find what I'm saying is valuable, feel free to send some of those my way, which is awesome. And I just want to make this valuable for you guys. We go live twice a week, every Tuesday and every Friday, to help answer questions that people have about Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, Snapchat advertising. That's all we do all day, every day. So hopefully we can help you guys along the way as well. So to begin today, the first thing that I wanted to talk about was there was an article that came out this last week in Adweek that was talking about 5 ways to increase your Facebook lead ad conversions. It's actually a great article. They had a couple of good, solid points, and I want to just talk over them with you guys so you can be able to understand if you're running lead ads, to be able to capture data, collect people's information directly from Facebook to help grow your list, to help generate leads, to just get information about targeted people. Here are a couple of tips for you. Okay, so number 1 is take advantage of the targeting goldmine. And basically what this means is, Facebook has a ton of targeting options that you can be able to put up onto the site to be able to target your ads towards. So if you know exactly who your customer is, you have the ability to target your ads specifically to them and then leverage that to get to generate leads from people who fall within that gold mine of a customer, of who your ideal customers would be. So some of the things that you have the ability to do with Facebook that you can't do anywhere else are, just the sheer bandwidth of targeting options. There's millions and millions of different targeting and interests and combinations of how you can be able to layer who you're going after. And this is something that you can use to target towards the people you're trying to reach, to be able to get them to see your lead ads. Some of the other options that you have are engagement. So these are people that are engaging on your fan page, whether they're liking or commenting. They're on Facebook, they're living there. If you have content, articles or videos that people are liking and sharing, you have the ability to go back to those people to get them and be like, hey, would you like to join our newsletter list? Would you like to receive more information about our company? And so you have the ability to go after people that have already engaged with you, but maybe you don't have them in your email list. Another one is page likes. You can, people that like a page, a lot of times it's a quick thing that happens. But you can be able to go back to those people and target people who have liked your page but aren't in your email list to be able to get them into your email list. And lastly, one of the ones that's really popular is time on site. So, or the top percentage of people who are visiting your site, reading your articles. Those are an option that you can go back to and again show ads to those people, but exclude any of the custom audiences that you may already have. So people that you already have their email for. So those are my tips for that. The second tip that they have was think higher up the funnel. So a lot of times, people are going for exactly what they want in terms of a lead. So, if you've got, a company, you're like, if you're a financial company and you're trying to get people to, sign up for, your financial services or give you their information because they're ready to move forward. A lot of times a simple tactic with lead ads, if you're not seeing the leads that you want, is just to move up the funnel a little bit. And instead of saying, give us all your information and we want to know everything about you so we can qualify you, it could be something as simple as, hey, give us your email and we've got a weekly newsletter that goes out about this topic that can help you learn more, become more knowledgeable, become a better investor, things like that. So that's something that you have the ability to do, is always move one level up or a couple levels up the funnel to be able to help you be able to reach more of the people who you're looking to go after. And the final tip that I have for today is to use the features and enhancements that Facebook offers with lead ads. So 2 examples of this, of what I would say, are the context cards. When you're creating a lead ad, you have the ability to show an ad and go directly into the form, or you have the ability to create a context card, which is a kind of a page that shows up before it. And then what happens is you can be able to describe what's going to happen if a person signs up. So if you're offering like a free guide or a free webinar, you can be able to talk about what's going to happen in that guide, what it looks like, what are some of the points that it covers, to be able to give more detail. And that's something that a lot of times people will alleviate their fears, or be like, oh, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to get now when I give my information. And the second thing under features and enhancements, is the ability to do CRM integration, which basically means once the lead is generated, you can sync it with your, any of your customer relationship management tools like Salesforce, HubSpot, MailChimp. All of those have the ability to directly integrate with Facebook lead ads. And this is so powerful because it allows you to be able to capture someone's information, as they take an action on a mobile phone, no matter where they are. They could be in a boat, they could be on a plane about to take off, they could be in their car, they could be in their bed, they could be at work. No matter where they are, the minute that they say, hey, I'm interested in this, you can actually set up a series of events or chain of events that happens and have it directly pipe into your business, so that you can effectively talk to those people, or close those people, or get them into your process of how you're able to generate more customers. So very effective. Those are my tips for how to be able to improve your lead ads on Facebook. The second update I have for today is the top ways to use Instagram video ads. So this was an article that came out in Business to Community. Again, great tips, and they have a bunch here, but I just wanted to list over my top 3 that I could share with you guys in a shorter period of time. The first one is use Instagram video ads to grab attention from cold traffic. So this is a great way for you to be able to go after people that you're targeting. Instagram is a completely different platform. A lot of users aren't necessarily the same. And you have the ability to reach out to them with your product, to tell your story, to show what it is that makes you different, to show what it is that makes you unique, and then be able to reach them and do that introduction video. And then a lot of times, once someone has watched your video, you can set up remarketing based on the amount of time that they've watched, or you have the ability to do a variety of other options from there. But to some extent, it's a great tool to be able to just make that first introduction or that first connection with a person that you're trying to reach or target with your paid social media. The second tip that they have is use storytelling to convey emotion, right? So, to some extent, it's so important because a lot of times we see people come to us and they very much use the billboard approach, where they're like, here is our business, here are the facts, here are the figures. And it's very much, it's not horrible, but in terms of social advertising, there's the human element there, which are people are wanting to connect with you, and you have the ability to interrupt their day and what they're doing with a message or with an ad. And my advice is always to respect that. And in doing that, you need to be creative about how you're going to approach those people and do something that's captivating or valuable to them. And so an example would be, like, if you were a hospital, I could tell you, like, hey, here is our average wait time, or here's how many patients we've treated in this year, or the number of doctors we have on staff, right? Or I could tell you a story about a person that was in a life-threatening, accident, and they went to this hospital and the doctors were able to save them and bring them back. Like that, now all of a sudden there's a human element where people want to hear stories. They want to find a way to connect. And that's so important. And that works very, very well on Instagram if you have the ability to share a story with the people that you're trying to target. The last tip I'm going to have today that was in this article was place video in a carousel ad. So carousel ads are fantastic. They allow you to have multiple options that go across the screen that people can scroll through. And a lot of times if you lead off with a carousel ad with a video, it will grab people's attention. They see it, they're looking at it, and then what happens is they have the ability to flip through and to be able to see more options from whatever it is that you're looking to sell, whether it's your benefits, whether it's your features, whether it's different products. But a lot of times a video leading off in carousel ads can perform very, very well to help you get better results with your Instagram ads. So that's it for that tip. Let me see what else. The last one that I have, this is an update from Facebook's end, and this is, I guess you could say, exciting. But Facebook, through the app, is now able to deliver food to you, which is, again, if you're hungry, if you're wanting to use it more. I actually was thinking this could be a long Facebook Live. We might get hungry. Maybe I should order some pizza. And when I went to use this new feature, it actually showed up gray for me. It didn't load. So I was a little bummed because I was like, oh, wow, maybe it's not in my area yet, even though we're in Los Angeles, which I think it should be, but I don't know. So for some reason, it didn't load for me, but you now have the ability. What Facebook did is it looks like they're trying to take on, go after Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates, a lot of these companies that are delivering food directly to you, so you don't necessarily have to go to a restaurant. They can bring it right to you. And what happened is Facebook partnered with Delivery.com and Slice to be able to offer this service through their app. So when you order through Facebook, you're really ordering through those two companies. And if you want to be able to do this, it's fairly simple. You go onto your mobile app under the main features navigation and look for a little blue hamburger icon, and there's a little blue line that runs across it where it says order food. And so when you do this, you now have the ability to directly order food right from Facebook. Yay! That's awesome. So that's it for my 3 tips today on what's going on in the Facebook and Instagram world. We had a couple of questions that came through from previous videos. So what I want to do now is if you guys have any questions you want to ask, feel free to drop them into the comments below, and I'll ask them before we finish up. So the first one was, when I boost an ad, does it boost only on desktop or on mobile as well? So this is a great question. By default, if you're doing it through the fan page, meaning if you're going to your fan page, you're writing a post, and you're clicking that little blue button that says boost a post, it is going to be boosted on both mobile and desktop news feeds. So that's where the placement goes when you're doing that. It doesn't appear on Instagram. It doesn't appear on the sidebar. It doesn't appear in Audience Network. It simply appears in those 2 networks. Now, if you go into your Ads Manager or Power Editor and you say, I want to boost a post, you have some more flexibility over where that shows. But to some extent, when you're doing it natively, which I'm guessing is where this question is coming from, is when you're just boosting a post, where does it show? It's actually a good question. They're not entirely clear. When you go through the boosted post process, it doesn't really tell you where the placements are. All it does is show you on the right-hand side what it looks like. So you can be able to see what it looks like on mobile. You can see what your ad's going to look like on desktop. So that's the only really place that they give you a clue, but it is a fantastic question. All right, next up, Ads Manager doesn't open and shows a blank image. What should I do? Okay, so the first thing I would say is maybe is your internet working? It could be out. Other things that could potentially be the problem. A lot of times, we do see glitches or errors that happen on Facebook's end, and simply it's just a matter of refreshing your screen, or maybe clearing your cache, or just restarting your computer and trying again in a couple of minutes. So those would be my kind of walkthrough points on what I would suggest if you're having problems or something isn't loading. That will help you be able to resolve that moving forward. And the last question we had that came from a previous one was, how can I get a live Facebook person on the phone or on a live chat to be able to talk to? So this is very much for a lot of you out there, I'm guessing you struggle with this question, and it's very almost like Sasquatch or the Loch Ness Monster. You hear about it, but you don't really know how to find people. There's someone in a Facebook office working somewhere. You just don't know how to be able to get in contact with them. So what they've done is they've got multiple different places in the past, but right now, the best place for you to be able to go and actually get a person that you can speak with or get an answer back, like an actual live human, is facebook.com/business/resources. And here's how it works. So if you go to that page and if you scroll down a little bit, there's I think a little blue bar and it has community, email, and chat links. Now what happens is these appear and disappear at random times. So I'm not sure what they base it on or how they're able to show them or display them. But a lot of times the only one that you'll see is community, which is where you can go in and ask a question to the community, and hopefully over time someone will come and answer it that knows the answer and can tell you, what's going on. Now, a lot of times you will see the email one that will appear. If you see that, you can actually send an email to Facebook and a live person will respond to you within anywhere between 1 to 3 days, where they'll get back with a response. A lot of times it'll be something that's not helpful. Like they'll be like, oh, we received your question and yeah, it's a good question. And you're like, it didn't help me at all. So just my advice there is when you write your email, be extremely clear about what it is that you want. Put as many details as you can about what you've done in the past and how you've got to where your account is, and then include any of the URLs for your account. Because a lot of times those include your account IDs, it may include the ad ID, and that can help people be able to look and actually find where the problem is much quicker and avoid the kind of back and forth with them. So that's my advice for that. And then if you get someone go to that page and the live chat icon appears, then you can be able to just click that and it actually opens a messenger chat where you can connect and talk directly with a person who's at Facebook. Now with the live chat, I've noticed that one appears and disappears, I think through normal business hours, at least in the United States, which would run anywhere from, like 7, 8 a.m. to about 5 to 6 p.m. is when we notice those ones kind of appear and disappear. So those are my tips for how to be able to talk to a live person at Facebook. Let's see, we had one more question that came through from Joseph. Do you have any advice on how to improve ad creative? Which is a great question. There's a lot that goes into ad creative. And what happens is the ad creative that we see performing best most of the time is either videos that are clearly done, that are short, that don't take a lot of time, that can display what's going on, or videos that look like an image and have some sort of moving element to them. Things that, just kind of draw the eye's attention to be like, oh, hey, let me take a look at that. Other things that are important are, clear branding, clear value propositions where, my advice is, you've got people that are looking at your ad. Don't waste their time. Don't waste, what you've got from them, what you're paying for is their attention. So try to do something that captures their attention, but not in like a cheesy or spammy way, right? Like big flashy things being like, buy now, Sunday is gonna, be awkward and people just pass over that. But if you can creatively show a product in maybe an artistic way where, the colors are changing or there's words that are appearing at different moments, they're explaining what the product is, those are the type of things that a lot of times will captivate people and get them to watch all the way through to the end of the ad. So these are great questions. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you have any more questions or you're watching this live stream later, feel free to leave them in the comments below and we'll answer them at a later time if we can. But thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day and I'll talk to you later.